The DOJ is filing a lawsuit to investigate why Riley Gaines didn't win fifth place in a swimming competition or some bullshit. Listen to this.
We want to restore the records of these young women. You know, these women lost records. One didn't go to regionals, one didn't go to state, all because of a boy. All of these records should be restored, not only in Maine, but around the country, of these young women. You know, Riley Gaines started training for swimming when she was 4 years old. She made it to the Olympics.
No, she didn't. If she made it to the Olympics, why did she tie for fifth in like a regional swimming competition? She didn't make it to the Olympics. What are we talking about? This has been a thing for years. We're photoshopping her into the pics. Trump's gonna hold up like a framed photo of Riley Gaines photoshopped on the women's gold medalist. It's just insane lie after insane lie. Like this to me is especially because like there's no purpose to it. Have you ever known like a compulsive liar, like somebody who would lie even when it didn't make sense? Like maybe in high school or so, or like because like kids can do that or whatever. Like, you know, there's not even like a narrative or anything. They just say shit. It's crazy.
A lot of this around the country is being taken away from young women now because boys are competing in women's sports. And it's more than that. It's a safety issue. They are completely changing clothes, getting new.
Sucks to get like absolutely mogged, by the way. Like even in the photo that they've chosen, you know, the trans competitor looks calm, collected, in the zone, happy, and Riley Gaines looks like a freak demon, like a demon of avarice. It's too late. I have already depicted you as the Yakubian experiment. Yeah, sunken eyes, and somehow, Riley Gaines has Mar-a-Lago makeup after swimming, before it was even a thing. That's impressive. She was always like phrenologically predetermined to make this career for herself.
They are completely changing clothes, getting nude in young women's bathrooms. Try being the parents of these young women. It's ridiculous what they're doing. They're going in the restrooms, they're going in the locker rooms. Our young women throughout this country should not have to go through this. And under President Trump's directive, we're going to fight to keep women safe and women winning in women's sports throughout this country.
That's great. That's such a weird argument. Republicans can't make an argument about trans people without referencing child genitalia. They're not capable of it, you know? It's like that old Tim and Eric bit, like, don't say Jackie Chan. They can't do it. It's about narrative building. You don't need to instruct me on the motives of fascists. I know why they lie. It's just that usually they settle on a coordinated lie. I understand it's like you eventually reach like a point in the disinformation dissemination where it doesn't matter anymore and you can say anything at any point for any reason and it doesn't matter because your loyalists are so loyal. And maybe we're at that point, but like nobody was moved over because of this in saying that, you know, Riley Gaines made it to the Olympics, which she didn't. You know, like they already had the narrative. I don't know. How long do you think us trans women have before we're shipped off to El Salvador? 5 days. Get ready. Is the culture war finally grinding to an end? No. I mean, clearly it's still in full swing. Also, the culture war was always a really, really stupid term. I think I've said this before. But like the culture war was, what if fascist media personalities made up lies about minorities to deliberately like divide and conquer, you know? Like the culture war was waged entirely 100% from the right. They determined every talking point, they manufactured every issue. Nobody had an issue with trans people using the bathrooms of their choosing. They made it one. Like the fucking, from book bans to like teachers being able to mention that they have a gay partner or something, like all of these manufactured issues. None of them were issues before. It's not a two-way culture war. Like, what's a victory for the left in the culture war? I don't know. Releasing Steven Universe? Who got hurt by that? Apart from, like, I don't know, the minds of 14-year-olds arguing on Tumblr. I don't know. Some people felt affirmed or whatever. Gay frogs? Yeah, I guess. A victory for the right in the culture war would be like the systemic execution of all gay people. So I just don't think... I don't like the implication that this is like a, you know, one side and either front kind of conflict, you know? Apolitical Japanese grad student Suguru Onda just had his student visa revoked without notice. Finally, America is safe. This is what we voted for. Via a 1.5% margin of victory in the popular vote, we have secured the overwhelming mandate to make America great again in the form of, checks notes, deporting this guy for some reason. Deporting a Japanese PhD student. This one's for Pearl Harbor, buddy. Well, that wouldn't work because the current crop of Republicans would probably be like, well, actually, Pearl Harbor was justified because America cut off, like, you know, petroleum resources that they were shipping over to the Japanese, which was an act of warfare and aggression from America. Right? Damn, man. PhD student. Onda is married with 5 children. Holy shit. That's like half of all Japanese children. That's insane. This guy's like the Genghis Khan of his nation. He's a Mormon convert? Ha! Maybe that's what the Japanese need. The Japanese just need a little bit of like psychotic, like their version of patriarchy is not conducive to high birth rates. They need like Mormonism. That'll bring him back. That's funny. BYU, he's a Mormon. I wasn't paying attention to that. That's an excellent photo. Salt flats be aesthetic. Salt flats are easily like a top tier, like an S rank biome in art, I think. Or in real life, I guess, if you go to them in person. His visa got canceled over a violation of fishing law 2 years ago that was not prosecuted. Well, they're very obviously just going through a giant registry of people who are not citizens and finding literally any legal, like literally anything, like anything at all, that they can point to. And using that as a justification. The real question is, and the thing that I'm curious about, is how much of this is being directed from the top down and how much of it is just ICE agents being, like, legitimately, ideologically Nazis, and going for it because, like, Trump won, they can do what they want. It's probably, like, a solid 50-50. Like, I have no doubt they're being given quotas, or at least being pressured to deport more people faster from, like, Tom Homan or whatever. But at the same time, like, they're probably filling these quotas with people that the administration is not, like, directly telling them to go after. Have you seen that one ICE agent who was literally a Nazi pretending to be an ICE agent? Do you mean the one where he broke open the car without a warrant? I don't know if it's been confirmed that guy was, like, not an ICE agent. I've seen rumors. People are saying that he wasn't an ICE agent, but he was instead, like, a deputized member of a Border Patrol militia. Which would be incredibly scary. The idea that ICE is basically like deputizing brown shirts. But I don't know if that's true. I've heard the claim. I don't know if it's been confirmed. I'll wait to see if a journalistic agency confirms it. We got American brown shirts before GTA 6. We've had brown shirts for a while. Deputized brown shirts would be new. That would be a new one. There are a lot of Hispanic people in my hometown I know who would love to be deputized and do the brown shirty work like capos and such. Well, yeah, I mean, that's like one of the reasons why Trump won big with the Latinos, right? Because every single person from south of the border thinks that they're like the direct descendant of the Spanish conquistadors. And they want to distinguish themselves by like being the privileged caste that rids America of the filthy, darker-skinned people who are south of the border. And then you look at them and they all look like the same skin tone.